Hey Facebook friends, Alexis here coming to you live. Today what we want to do is talk about how to shut off the water to your water heater. We get a lot of customers that call in panicked because their water heaters are leaking all over their garage. So what we want to do is show you how you could potentially shut off the water to your water heater to minimize the damage. Today I have my fabulous service manager here, Jeff. He's going to go ahead and walk us through that. Oh. Cassie, what did I do?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, thank you, Cassie. All right, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So first thing we're going to do here is if you've got an emergency with your water heater, you're going to want to look for the shutoff valve. That's the valve that controls the inlet water to the water heater. That's the cold water incoming. So you're going to want to get a step stool or ladder before you go climbing out on the stand. If the stand is damaged from water, the last thing you're going to want to do is get your feet on that. You could slip and fall. That's pretty dangerous, so get a step stool or ladder before you get up on this stand. So you get up here, and you've got one of these lever valves here, also known as a ball valve. What you're going to do is you're going to give it a quarter turn and make that valve perpendicular with a pipe like so. So once that valve is perpendicular, another good thing you could do is this valve here. This is called your temperature and pressure relief valve. You can open this to relieve the pressure out of the water heater, and that will stop the leak. So if you've got a wheel valve on top of the water heater, otherwise known as a gate valve, and it's got severe corrosion on it, it's probably a good idea not to touch it. A lot of times what will happen is you'll go to turn it and it won't shut off the water heater, or you'll turn it and it'll break and then the water won't come back on, and at that point you're in trouble. So what you're going to want to do at that point is if you see that gate valve, you're going to want to consult a plumber right away, get somebody out and get that thing taken care of.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. We had a few more questions for you. Does it matter if the water heater is gas or electric?
It does. So the first thing you're going to want to consider is when you purchase a home or move into a home, you're going to want to find out what are the utilities that are provided to the home. If you've got nothing but electricity coming into the home and you don't have natural gas, then obviously that limits your options and you're going to have an electric water heater. In terms of efficiency, natural gas water heaters tend to be more expensive on the purchase side. However, the long-term efficiency, gas water heaters are more efficient. Where electric water heaters are great is on the front side, they're less expensive. But on the downside, the long-term, the utility bills tend to go up because the amount of electricity used to heat the water.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. So what are some signs that an individual should consult a professional before trying to turn off their water heater?
Oh, okay. So going back to that gate valve again, if you've got that gate valve on top of the water heater, number one, you're not going to want to touch that thing. So if you see the water coming down in the garage or it's cascading over the stand and you've got that wheel valve, you're going to want to then go to your main shutoff valve in your garage. If you've got a ball valve or a lever valve in the garage to shut off the water there, you're going to want to use that one. You can go to the water meter and turn off the water at the water meter, or you can call the Vegas Valley Water District and they'll come out and shut the water off for you.
Okay, wonderful. What are some signs that a water heater would give that it might be time to replace it?
So things you want to look for example, on top of this water heater, you're going to see a little bit of corrosion on top of this pipe. I know you guys can't see it from down there. There's a little bit of corrosion going on up here. If you see heavy mineral deposits on top of the water heater or water staining. And another thing, if you've got one of these water heaters that have the feet down here so you're able to see underneath the water heater, if you see water puddling underneath there or rust staining underneath here, that's a good indicator that your water heater has probably leaked and has started to cause some water damage to your drywall stand here.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. So what's the number one thing people should consider when they're thinking about installing a tankless water heater?
So the number one thing initially most people would say cost is something you want to consider, but that's actually not true. The number one thing I would say you want to consider is how your garage is going to accommodate the installation. If your home is being retrofit for a tankless water heater, then the installation is going to affect the cost of your investment. And it's going to determine how much storage space you're going to get back by going tankless. It's going to affect the location of the tankless water. Overall, it's going to affect the aesthetic of the garage. What people used to think is that tanklesses were very expensive to convert over and go from a storage tank type unit to a tankless water heater unit. But there are so many great models on the market now and so much competition that the cost of investing in tankless has really gone down.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely.
All right, Facebook friends, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are having any issues with your water heater or you are considering going tankless, please give us a call. You can reach us at 702-534-1910. Thank you for tuning in and keep your plumbing pure. Bye, guys.